My fellow Americans, we can either live together or we can destroy the best place to live on planet Earth. I listen to all of you, blacks, Hispanics, whites. Some of you complain about parasites. Some of you complain about white privilege. Some complain about slavery. About slavery, first, it ended 150 years ago. Nobody alive today was a slave or a slave owner. Second, my African great-grandfather paid a tremendous price, all of the horrors of slavery, for me to have the rights and benefits of being an American. And let me be honest, I don't know where he came from in Africa, but if I could go back to his hometown today, I would not. I don't know of any place. There is no place in Africa, nor in Europe, nor Asia, nor South America where I would prefer to live over the United States of America. So some white folks got some benefits from slavery, but so did we. We get to live here, to be Americans, to live in the country with electricity, good roads, public schools, safety, with freedoms. A country where everyone can be what they want to be. Especially, we can become successful through our own efforts. Now, y'all ought to stop trying to get white folks to pay you reparations. A couple of days ago, that BET founder fella said that the United States government ought to pay black folks $14 trillion. Let me be personal for a minute. I am part Native American, part African, and part Cajun. I support reparations. I love reparations. I want my Native American reparations. I want my African reparations. And I want my reparations from the Queen of England for robbing, killing, and throwing my ancestors, my Cajun ancestors, out of Canada. But let's be real. First, we're not going to get reparations from the United States government. Second, if we did, how would it be paid? We are a mixed people. If half your DNA is African, do you get a half share of reparations? What if you have 1/8 African DNA? Do you get a 1/8 share? Third, what about the black Africans who captured my African great-grandfather and sold him into slavery for a few Judas coins? That's where this whole slavery thing started. When that Negro captured and sold my grandfather to white slavers. I want reparations from him and his descendants. Fourth, what if you are the descendant of slaves and slave owners? Do you pay yourself reparations from your slave owner DNA to your slave DNA? Fifth, what about descendants of black slave owners? Do they still get a share even though their ancestors became slave owners? And what are you going to do when the descendants of the 630,000 white men who died in the Civil War fighting against the slaveholding South, what kind of reparations are you prepared to pay them for the blood shed by their ancestors, which so greatly benefited our ancestors? Look, let's set aside all the problems of the past. Let's put aside the nutty solutions being proposed today. Let's work together to make this life, today, tomorrow, next year, next generation, let's make it the best that we can make it right here. We ought to sit down, talk with each other. Whites, blacks, Asians, Hispanics, Native Americans. Let's all sit down and together design our great future. Design how police will work. Design a more perfect justice system. Design a public education system which educates our children. Design a system that offers opportunity to all who want opportunity. Let's talk with each other now while we still can. And remember, there are forces who want to divide us and conquer us.